Juneteenth is where we celebrated freedom for African Americans in the United States. But shouldn't we all be free as a person, as human beings? During the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on September 22, 1862, with an effective date of January 1, 1863. However, this news did not immediately reach all parts of the country, and there were numerous geographic areas where enslaved people remained unaware that they had been freed. June 19, 1865, announcement of the abolition of slavery in the U.S. state. In Texas, it wasn't until June 19, 1865, that Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston to announce that the Civil War had ended and that all enslaved people were now free. The first Juneteenth celebrations were used by formerly enslaved people to honor their freedom and educate others about African American history. Early celebrations often involved church-centered community gatherings in Texas, and as African Americans moved to new areas around the country, they brought their Juneteenth traditions with them. This day came to be known as Juneteenth, a portmanteau of June and 19th. Juneteenth is also known as Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Liberation Day, and Emancipation Day. The holiday represents an incredibly significant moment in U.S. history, marking the end of a dark chapter and the beginning of the struggle for true equality. Celebrations of Juneteenth date back to 1866 and often involve public readings of the Emancipation Proclamation, singing traditional songs such as Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and readings of works by noted African American writers like Ralph Ellison and Maya Angelou. Over time, these celebrations have come to encompass not only the commemoration of the end of slavery, but also the celebration of African American culture and achievements. They often include food, especially barbecues, music, parades, prayer services, historical reenactments, and educational events. In 1980, Texas was the first state to establish Juneteenth as a state holiday. Juneteenth became a focal point in this movement as people all over the country rallied to demand change. It was marked by numerous events and protests across the nation, serving as both a celebration of the end of slavery and a rallying cry for the ongoing fight against systemic racism. Many corporations and businesses started to formally recognize Juneteenth in 2020. For example, several tech companies, including Twitter and Square, announced they would make Juneteenth a company holiday. Other companies, like Nike and Target, followed suit, either observing the day as a paid holiday or offering time off for employees to volunteer or participate in community events. Juneteenth has also been a time for African Americans to highlight the continued struggle for rights and equality. In many ways, it serves as a reminder of the work that still needs to be done to fully realize the promise of freedom and equality for all people in the United States.